Okay, this is great news for anybody without good eyesight. John Fulford, moving your podcast to a video format. So if anybody is blind or you have no visual element to watch things on, great news for you. However, for the rest of us who are forced to look at your hideous face, terrible news. If you want to see John, he's now going to be in a video format. Most people would rather take a golf shoe in the shitter than look at that stupid face on video. It's unpleasant. I wish I would have had time. I would have listed things more pleasant than John Fulford on video. Scat movies, 2 Girls, 1 Cup, 3D animation of that would be more pleasant than your fucking video format. That's one thing that no one was asking for, was a fucking video format for your podcast. If people are gonna be forced to listen, if you're gonna assault our ears, that's one thing. But to now go, I've made your lives fucking miserable enough. I want to increase the misery by forcing you to, but see, I know I'm awful. I know. If I could do Cameo audio only, people would probably choose that and pay $200 instead of $99 and have to look at my fucking dumb face. I know what I bring to the table. I'm not a particularly attractive guy. I blink a lot. I'm twitchy. I have a fucking neck that's getting fatter in COVID lockdown. I suck. You should understand that about yourself, John. You're monumentally unpleasant to look at. Nobody wants to see your face. A porcupine, alive, being pounded into my asshole with a hammer. I would pick your podcast over that, but just barely. You would just barely beat out a live porcupine being hammered into my asshole. I would still rather watch you, but I'd have to really think about it. Anyway, good luck with the move. I do hope it works out for you, because it's not going to work out for anybody who has to look at it. Good luck, my friend.
Hello, everybody. Welcome to the John Fulford live video podcast show. I don't know what it's called yet, but I have the opportunity to do it, so I'm going to do it. Now, a preface, this episode is not live, it's live to tape, which means you're watching it as a live stream on YouTube, hopefully, if I could get it to work. But we're doing it all in one giant shot like it's live. So there's no editing, there's going to be no cutting, there's going to be, I don't think, any bleeping, but I might have to bleep 1 or 2 things out if I see fit. But this is practice. It's a pilot episode, if you will, to start doing this live from the beautiful Heartwood Soundstage, used to be called Mirror Image Studios in Southeast Gainesville, Florida, for all y'all that were here when it was Mirror Image Studios. Now it's Heartwood Soundstage, so I'm here on the soundstage. They got me lit up like I'm a Counting Crows album. I forgot exactly which album, but I love that band, one of my favorite bands, so we're going to go with it. Thank you to everyone shooting me here, and what we're going to do is I'm going to talk a little bit, and then we're going to play some music of mine that I've gotten in TV shows, films, ads, whatever, so y'all could hear the type of music, the benchmark that it takes to reach, the benchmark that you need to reach. Look, here's a text message coming through. We're live. We're not cutting that. The text message is coming through, interrupting. Okay, I'm going to put this down here. Sounds good. You're going to see the benchmark that you need to reach to get your music on TV, in films, on ads, on trailers, blah, blah, blah. There's a lot of sync classes, sync schools, pay $40 a month and you learn how to do music. I'm going to show you here for free how to do this, okay? So first off, there's a seat to my right, as you could see. So what happened was, I was supposed to have someone here with me, and we were going to do a totally different show, okay? Totally different, but they flaked, okay? How did they flake? Why did they flake? Thanks for asking. I'm going to tell you how they flaked. I had the idea for this show as I was paying somebody to do metadata for my music library, and they had some questions on when I used to work here at a record label in Gainesville a million years ago, like 2002. So I said, I have an idea to do a show. I do a podcast already, but I want to do a live show. Why don't you come on it with me, and I'll tell you about that. You'll tell me about what you're doing, blah, blah, blah. And they said, okay. I said, all right, I'm going to go check out the soundstage to make sure it'll fit what we're trying to do. They said, okay. I said, here is a detailed synopsis of how the show's going to run, so there's no surprises. This isn't a prank show. This is exactly what we're going to do, so you know exactly what we're doing. Because I know I think fast, I act fast, but I wrote everything down. They said, okay. I said, when can you make the show? See, I'm down to record whenever. I don't care. I'll do this all day. But when do you have the time to come and do this? Thursday, 3 o'clock. Today's Thursday. It's 3:30 p.m. Do you see the person here? Yes. Do you see a person here? You don't see nobody here. Okay. So what happened was yesterday, let me pull my phone up. Oh, good. I got a missed call, a voicemail, and a text message. You see? Okay, hold on a second. Let me pull up these text messages. All right. So yesterday, I'm in line at Publix, where I am the fastest checkout customer. I know everyone here knows. I already said it. I am the fastest person in line at Publix. I get my groceries, I put it on that belt, and I'm the fastest. No one is faster than me, but I always get behind the slowest person in line. It took someone 5 minutes to check out 3 items yesterday. Okay, hold on a second. Okay, so this is what happened. Let's see. Okay, here we go. Okay. So yesterday, 12:50 p.m., after we went over everything in detail, and you're going to get a kick out of this, I get a text message that says, so is tomorrow being recorded? No, we're not recording here. We're just going to come and waste everyone's time and just sit and not record. You know, like kind of like that guy in Seinfeld that was selling the computers, Lloyd Braun, and never sold it. He was just not even calling anyone. He was just saying he was selling computers. It's like that. No, we're not. Of course we're going to record. So I wrote, yes. And then I was asked, who's recording it? Well, I said the people at Heartwood. They have the cameras. They have the knowledge. They're going to record it. So then the person says, okay, I'm a bit hesitant now. I don't know why. I kind of don't want to be recorded, LOL. Like you chuckled. I got a chuckle. That's good. And I wrote back, you see, now I'm going to veer off a little bit. I am so in tune to flaky people in the music business, like mostly music writers and composers and producers, that I'm like the Magellan. I'm Magellan when it comes to sussing out flakes. I hear the flakes in the wind like Magellan circumnavigating the globe, knowing if it's going to rain or knowing where he's going by the stars. So I planned out an entire show separately because I would bet money on it that this person would flake. So ordinarily, I'd be furious, but I wrote back, haha, I figured. I wrote a whole show with me doing it by myself. And they wrote back, oh, really? LMAO. You know, yeah, wasting time is just so funny. I get a kick out of wasting everyone's time. LMAO. That means laughing my ass off. So then they said, so I don't have to go? And I said, no, you're off the hook. And then they go, are you mad at me for not doing it? And I said, I'm not mad. I would have bet money on it if I could have, because I knew they were going to flake. And then know what they wrote back? I know, I'm flaky. Sorry. Well, if you knew you're flaky, why did you let me come here, talk to everyone, plan it, and just to that point, I got here, and Yaz, and I'm sorry, I forgot your name already. It's Superman's dad's name. I'll put it in the thing. My bad. I should have wrote it down. But the wonderful gentleman back here running everything. Jarrell, excuse me, I'm sorry. I won't forget it now. Jarrell, the homie, Jarrell, I just met on point with the audio and in my talkback microphone. I had them set everything up like this person was coming just so this person wasted their time too. And I'm sure they're not too happy about it. But I just had to sit back there with my drink here and my other drink down there. As they set this up, they made sure the mics were in phase and they made sure everything was angled correctly. So now this is the tomb of the unknown flake. This represents every person that said they were going to do something and didn't do it and said, I don't want to be recorded, LMAO, like it's a joke. Here you go. Here you go. Tomb of the Unknown Flake. Do you get this? Tomb of the Unknown Flake. So that being said, we're not going to talk anymore about flakes. We're not going to talk anymore about bad stuff, not friendly stuff. I shouldn't pound on the table. I'm hearing it. Sorry if you're getting this in the thing. So what we're going to do now is we're going to go to a commercial. And when we come back from commercial, I'm going to play some music for you. We'll be back after these messages. Hello, everybody. We are filming episode 2 of the Fulford's World podcast, but you're watching this as a commercial on episode 1. I wanted to talk to you about our Amazon affiliate link. You could find it in the description of this video on YouTube. You could find it at Fulford'sWorld.com, our show's homepage. Basically, wherever I am online, you could find our Amazon affiliate link. Now, what is an Amazon affiliate link? It is a link that you could click on, and it takes you to Amazon.com, and whatever you buy on Amazon.com, we get a small commission. Jeff Bezos pays us. Amazon pays us the commission, not you. They don't charge you any more money for your products, but they give us a small commission. It's a great way to help the show. It's a great way to help me help our people here. We got Jarrell. We got Yaz over here putting up with me. Pretty soon it's going to be on a weekly basis. So click the link. It takes you to Amazon. Buy whatever you're going to buy. Buy the traffic cone you were going to buy. Buy the inflatable unicorn pool floaty. You don't even have a pool, but you buy it anyway as a gag gift. We get a small commission. The Kindle books, whatever you're going to buy, it pays us a small commission. You're going to buy it anyway. So why not help us at the channel, Fulford'sWorld.com. You could see the banner link to the affiliate link. It takes you right to Amazon. Check it out. Let me know if you have any questions on it, and thanks for your support. Some companies are content with adding music to the stories that need to be told. But let's make music the story. We're going to explore the cultures, the sights, and the sounds of the world. Dragon Gate Music is a new catalog with an overt Asian focus. I've been around the world, and Asia is one place that constantly surprises and inspires me every time I go. So we're doing traditional music and pop music, okay? Mandarin, Cantonese, Vietnamese, Korean, Japanese, Cambodian, Thai, and more. Not only are we making this music, we're actually going to the territories to get the music produced, to put money and focus into these local communities, into the local territories, to the local musicians, the local producers, the local singers. The commercials I haven't even shot yet, so I hope they look good. I'm going to put some time into them and recording them. So I have a collection of some songs that I made in some form or fashion with other people, and they were on TV, films, ads, and the like. We're going to go through them one by one. I'm going to play a small clip. Then I'm going to talk about why I think they were picked to be on a specific TV show or film or ad or whatever. Okay? So the first one is a song called Run Up in Your Trap that I had nothing to do with the writing of the song, but I executive produced it. I A&R'd it. And for me, this is a big home run for me, A&R-wise. It was made by Sean Mullen and the homie Josh Jackson, a.k.a. Win, the rapper, artist out of Los Angeles, California. And this song was on the TV show Power on the Stars Network. I was sending them music. I had a song on there a few years ago, Serbian rap song, foreign language music, like you can't go wrong. I keep telling you. And then a few years later, I kept sending them stuff. And then a few years later, they used this, and I believe it was the final season in a scene where the younger gentleman is hiding in a drug hideout or something. I can't remember the exact scene, but I'm going to play a clip of the song, and then we'll talk about why I think it made it onto TV.
I don't play by the rules, homie, don't run it by me. Tell the ref a tech ain't enough, he can find me. A tech ain't enough, What else can you find me? I need 2, 4, 5s, and 9 if you supply me. I'm the man for the job, tell the boss to assign me. I'm sliding, bucking anybody that try me. I'm riding, solo, don't need no one beside me. Running through your trap, give me everything that you hiding. Headed for your home base, finna make a cold steel. You don't open up the safe, you gon' feel this cold steel. I got a ball, word around town is you got it all. Set up shop in my hood, but I never got a call. Now I need the stash and the cash from your wallet, and I'm masked if you ask me. Homie, I was not involved. I just hit a lick for the gas, and if you retaliate, boy, I swear that I'm coming back for all of y'all. Boy, I'll run up in your trap. Boy, I'll run up in your trap. Boy, I'll run up in your trap. Boy, I'll run up in your trap.
And by the way, everybody, when we're playing these songs, we're gonna cut to a full screen chyron of the artist, so I'm not. They're not gonna. No one's gonna see me just lounging. Okay, cool. So that song, "Run Up in Your Trap," original mix by my rap group, The Track Cartel. Look it up. Well, I think that made it onto TV. Other than the fact that it's a really great song, that's 90% of it. But the other 10%, not counting the business aspect of sending it out and stuff like that, is that it has a specific yet general hook. Run up in your trap. It could be about sports. It could be, you could take it literally. Well, not too literally. Then you run into a mouse trap or something, or a trap door. That's not, that's too literal. Like in Spaceballs when they're combing the desert. So this was used when the character was literally breaking into some drug warehouse hideout on the TV. Okay, so it fit pretty well. So that's why it was like a no-brainer, I think, for it to be used. And if I remember correctly, this song was put on picture long before the episode aired, so there was a lot of time for someone to change their mind. See, what I like is when they're locking, like when they're on the dub stage, they need a song now, and then yours slides in, and then it gets locked. But this was the opposite. If I can remember correctly, they put it in, and it was weeks or maybe months of waiting. At any point, they could have swapped that song for something else. That happened to me a few months ago in a big Netflix, with the remix of this song in a big Netflix movie. They loved the song, and I'm sure they still do love the song, but at the last minute, it was sitting there for months and months. At the last minute, they swapped it for something else, like a big chart-topping hit that they put in. So this one, it hung in there for weeks, maybe months if I'm not mistaken, and it made it on the picture. Shout out to Sean, shout out to Win in North Hollywood, California. So we're going to go to another song. Yeah, right? We're doing these in a row, right? Yeah, we're gonna do another song. See, this is live, but not, so we still got a lot of things to work out. We're going to go to this other track that was used in a show called NCISLA. I get so many placements in the spin-offs. I don't get it really a lot in like the main show, like NCIS, but NCISLA, that's a different story. It's most of the time it's the spin-offs, like the sequels. Yaz is wearing a Pennywise the Clown shirt. Thank you very much. I don't get stuff in the original. I get it in the sequel, but I'm not complaining. Keep them coming. So this song, I don't even know how to pronounce it. It's an Arabic title from my buddy in Ramallah, Palestine. Did this song with me for one of my foreign language compilations, and yeah, I'm going to play it. So I'm going to play the first minute. This was used in NCIS Los Angeles. I believe it played for 2 minutes. I have not seen the scene yet, unfortunately, but I know it was used, and I'm glad it was used, and I'm glad I could help facilitate the creative arts in a historically tumultuous region such as Palestine, Middle East. We're bridging cultures here, okay? So here we go.
تفضل فوت توقفش افتح الشباك بس تخففش تتعجبش لا مش تنكي هاد بنك تتفكدش مش كداحة هاد فرد حقيقي امشي تتوترش مش سياحة هاي غابي صديقي انتبه تتفتلش فوت يمين تزمرش بلعبوا فوتبول الشارع مسكر فوت شمال تأشرش بلعبوا البيتبول مال وجهك اصفر تعال عنا عالحارة مرحبا بك اهلا وسهلا بتشرفنا ولو بدالك كنت باخد خاطر رجعة تعال عنا عالحارة مرحبا بك اهلا وسهلا بتشرفنا ولو بدالك كنت باخد خاطر رجعة فضل فوت توقفش ارفع ايدك وعم تسلمش تتأملش لا مش وردة هي جراس تتعجبش تفتيش مش حدود دولي.
Okay, why I think this song worked is because to me, now I haven't been to Ramallah yet, but this song sounds to me like it's a traditional Arabic language rap song, as opposed to getting a dank-ass trap beat and someone rapping in Arabic over it. We have that as well. But this, it sounds more traditional. It doesn't sound like an American-style beat with a foreign language rapper, which it's not. That's the best part. It's not. It's from that region. It's actually from there, and most of my foreign language stuff is traditional. Like some songs don't even have a BPM. What BPM? There is no BPM because it changes. And I know editors, film editors, TV editors don't like that, but you want something authentic, it's going to be authentic. Okay, so the next one is a song called I Want It All. My good friend Chuck Preston, original member of the Track Cartel from 14 years ago, I think the third person ever to rap on a beat that I made, rapped on this. I wrote the lyrics, Chuck rapped it, I did the beat, and then Alex Gonzalez redid the beat under it. Because my beat was okay, Alex Gonzalez did it, shout out, made it sound really good, tip-top Magoo shape. This was used on a show, it was used a few times, but most, like the one that I remember is a show called Magicians, I believe on Sci-Fi Network. Shout out to the music supervisor, who I won't name by name. You gotta do that research yourself, okay? I'm not, you gotta look it up, okay? You know what I used to do? I used to look in the back of Hollywood Reporter and see a TV show that they were filming. I used to call a TV show. I'd do this. I'd hyperventilate it a little bit, so I sounded busy. I need to find out who the music supervisor is for this production. Oh, God. Oh, I'm going to get fired. Oh, no, just tell me who the music... And they tell me, I go, oh, do you have their cell phone by any chance? Oh, man, I'm in trouble. And they give me the cell phone. Wouldn't even ask what's going wrong, but it's just me acting. University by the Chipotle right there, 2005. Look it up. And a bench across from Chipotle when it was brand new on University Avenue, west of, what's that road? 13th Street. And then I get the music supervisor's cell phone, and then I'm all smooth talking. Once I try to put a rap song in a movie about the 1980 USA versus Russia hockey team, I didn't even know what the movie was about. I just saw it was a movie. I didn't care what the movie was about. You're putting this rap song in your period piece about the 1980 USA versus Russia soccer team. Bud Carr, I haven't talked to you in 15 years, but you're very nice to me. Let's work. Okay, can we work? Email me, musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com. You're the man. I believe you music supervised Wall Street, if I'm not mistaken, but I could be mistaken. So anyway, long story long, I want it all. On this TV show Magicians, I wrote the lyrics. Chuck Preston rapped it. I wrote the beat. Alex Gonzalez redid it. See, I could have done it all myself, and then what would happen? It wouldn't have gotten anywhere. But I had to rely on people. I had to pay people that could focus more than me and that are better than me and fit the project, and then you have a placement. So here we go. I want it all.
Helicopter landing on the roof of my hotel. Hit the penthouse party, acting on it, fresh up on the sale. Can you tell how balleristic, futuristic game I'm running with this paper chase? Not good, I'm great, don't hate my fake, my work got weight. We going where the dance don't cease. You like goose, got a fuck a great piece. East side, west side, came to ball. North side, south side, all of y'all. Yo, DJ, play my song. Show these people how I'm on. I'm getting it cause I got it good. Now let me tell the world I want it all. Homes, rolls, clothes, yachts, planes, speedboats, wild shows.
I'm sorry. That track is really, really, I just got to say, that track is really, really good. What else are you going to say? So when someone's on the dub stage and they got a bunch of splice looped, thrown together, paint by number crap versus that, forget it. All day. But I'm really happy with the way that came out. I was like, it was like 2010. I was living in the gas lofts, downtown LA. Look it up. And I said, I want to write a song today. I'm just going to take all day and write a song from A to Z. And that was it. Of course, none of my original production or rapping was used on that. It had to be totally redone, but that's okay. I wrote it. I got it made, I got it beefed up. And then it took a few years, but it got used on a couple things. The Magicians on Sci-Fi is the one that I remember the clearest, okay? So this next one, let's go back to Win. Let's go back to the guys. This song called This Block, Long Haul Music Group, the shout out those cats, that's their production name. This Block was used on Queen of the South. It's a TV show. And they used a few songs of mine over the years. I just spoke to the music supervisor last night, actually. And this was the first one they used. And I was just so happy with the way this turned out. It sounds really, really good to me. I didn't have anything to do with the production of the song. I just executive produced it, which means you find people and you get out of the way. You know what I mean? So you find the people, you get out of the way, you let them do their thing, you tell them what to do, what not to do, very general, And then if any issues arise, you let them know. But you let them do their thing. I'm not going to tell them, can you turn the reverb down on the snare drum? You let them do their thing. Unless they have a lot of reverb on the snare drum. But that's never happened yet. So anyway, This Block, Queen of the South, when you hear this, the thing about this song is when you hear it, within the first 5 seconds, it has you hooked. So when these people, these executives are listening to music, they're overworked, they might be underpaid, they're blowing through tracks, they're scrubbing through audio, they're looking for something. This takes 5 seconds, they're drawn in, they want to listen more and more and more, and it grabs you. So here it is.
Dancing on the corner with the demons and the devils, praying for forgiveness, but this evil never settles. Every rider on my side creeping with a weapon. We don't need no superheroes when the city be in trouble. We just let the hammer fly, leaving them with several pebble-sized holes, blood leaking out his metal. The witness seen a shooter, but he tell a cop he didn't. New face on the shirt, off from reaching for a bezel. Making money off the block, so I'm never tired. When the streets feel cold, I keep a heater on the tire. My connect cut me short, the work feeling lighter, so I hit the gas, pull up on them, spark it, let it fire. If you reach for what's hanging on my wristwatch, you won't see nothing but red dots. You won't smell nothing but gun smoke. You won't hear nothing but 6 shots. I'll die for this block. 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 Gotta keep the dope moving with my eyes on the prize. Everybody hungry, so we gotta hustle to provide. If there ever is a problem, then the squad finna ride. You ain't really with the business, then you probably won't survive. Business always booming.
I have half a mind just to let that song run and just sit here. Y'all see what I'm saying? It grabs you. And I hope y'all are taking notes. The musicians taking notes, what you like about these songs, what you don't like about these songs, so you could apply it to your productions. So this next track, what do I say? Foreign language. This is a Mandarin Chinese vocal song that was used on an Airbnb commercial, which is funny because I'm staying in an Airbnb, and I just burped. I'm cutting that out. Can you mark that time code? We're cutting that out. I'm staying in an Airbnb. Then I'm doing laundry at another Airbnb I'm renting. And then my house is being rented on Airbnb. And I got this song on an Airbnb commercial. It's the new economy, people. So here it is. This song is called Infinite. I met this singer at the Durango, whatever they call it, Expo, Songwriter Expo on Ventura Beach, which I go every year. I don't participate officially. I don't bring my music. Why do I have music? The word is music. I don't bring my music to play for everybody. I just show up, hang out on the beach, and relax. And it's always a great time. And I saw this singer there from China, from Chengdu, Sichuan province. And I said, I know you're in LA to do English music, but if you would like to work on some Mandarin music with me, I would like that. See, because my personality, I have to fight not to say, whoa, you speak Mandarin, let's work. But they don't fly to LA to do Mandarin music. They want to do English, so I got to be very, I don't want to accidentally offend them by being overbearing on the Mandarin tip. So say, if you like to do Mandarin music, I would love to do Mandarin music with you. And this is the track Infinite. Was used on an Airbnb commercial. To this date, I haven't even seen the commercial, but I know they used it. I wish I could see the commercial, but I haven't seen it. But here it is.
越是宁静，只剩我一个人；越是宁静，越渴望一个吻。远方传来呼唤我的歌声，跳动的脉搏不容许沉闷。黑夜降落，令人着魔，灯光的闪烁汇成了花火。想靠近我，就别啰嗦，适当的感觉。天高海阔。
So there you go. It's mixed well. It's nice and loud, but not too loud. It has the nice Mandarin vocal up front. You know it's a foreign language pretty much off the bat, right? There you go. Within literally 1 second, you know what it is. You know it's a foreign language vocal. There's not some long introduction, intro thing, which might work for a pop song like Popular Culture, but we didn't write this for Popular Culture. We wanted to get this on a TV show, on a film, on an ad, and it did an Airbnb ad. So like I said, someone needed a Mandarin song for an ad. They hit this. Within 1 second, they know what it is. It's mixed well. Mark that again. It's another burp. And yeah, we got it. So I'm really happy the way that turned out. Let's mix it up here. Let's mix it up, people. And again, write this stuff down. What do you like about the songs? What don't you like about the songs? What don't you like about them? Tell me. musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com. musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com. Here's a song. I did the beat myself. I co-wrote the hook myself. I rapped on a verse myself. It was used in the show Ray Donovan on Showtime. I don't know if it was this season or last season. A few months ago, they used it. The song is called Wait a Bit. My boy Hemi rapped on it with me. He raps on a lot of stuff we do. Really cool guy up in Santa Clarita. And yeah, I did the beat. And I didn't want to carry the whole song with my own vocal because that gets boring to me. But I wrote the hook and I sent it to Hemi. Hemi rewrote a little bit of the hook and sent it back. And then I did a verse. So my vocal I recorded with a Shure SM7 into my Apollo. And my Apollo is the one piece. This isn't an ad, a live read, but I'm just saying the Apollo is a really, really good piece of gear. It's probably the most important piece of gear that I have. And I was on an email with an artist that I know and the people from Universal Audio. We were all on an email chain about something, and I was trying to say, hey, I really like your gear, trying to get free stuff. It didn't happen. But the stuff is really good. And if you're deciding whether to level up on your interface game, I will try a bunch of interfaces, but the Apollo really, really, really changed my sound for the better. immediately once I plugged it in, and it was night and day. So here's the song. It was on Ray Donovan. It's called Wait a Bit.
Women is shaking it. Money, I'm making it. Haters are faking it. Chill with the hate and just wait a bit. Women are shaking it. Money, I'm making it. Haters are faking it. Chill with the hate and just wait a bit. 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 Chill with the hate and just wait a bit. Women are shaking it. Money, I'm making it. Haters are faking it. Chill with the hate and just wait a bit. Wait a bit. Wait a bit. None of this here making sense. How you gon' try to hate a life if you ain't got one to hate one with? I've been grinding since the age of 6. Please try to find some kind of way to hate on this. Probably wanna hit me with the AR-15, but you don't wanna do it, you just say I did. Haters are faking it. They see my style, they taking it. Copy my work like a plagiarist. I see you, there's no mistaking it. If I'm gon' pop it, I'm aiming it. If I go aiming, I'm waving it. If I go waving, I'm spraying it. Then hit the club and you hating it. You know that all of these women are shaking it.
Okay, there you go. Wait a Bit from Ray Donovan. What do I like about that song? Why do I think it got used? Well, can I offend myself? Yes. Is that possible? Can I offend myself? It's possible? Could I cancel myself? Am I canceled? So, at risk of offending myself, the song is not, I don't want to say the word average. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. The hook is nice and general. Wait a bit, which I don't think I wrote that part, but it's nice and general. Wait a bit. That could be used in a myriad of different instances. I don't believe there's any curse words in the song, if I'm not mistaken. There you go. It's not too fast. It's not too slow. It's not too loud. It's like Goldilocks. It's like Goldilocks. It's the Goldilocks of songs. So you need a song. It fits under dialogue. It can fit on top of dialogue. It has a nice little introduction. It is what it is, and that's why it got used. And I really like the song. And it sleeps on you. It sneaks up on you because you could play the song nice and low. It sits under dialogue, but then you crank it like nice and loud, and it hits. It really, really hits. Okay. I think I put some guitar later on in the song as well. I'm not going to look that up for you here because I already played the song, but I think there's some guitar maybe in the song. I try to add some sort of organic elements in the songs, switch them up a little bit. Okay, speaking of switch it up, I got 4 more songs, 2 foreign language, 2 English language. So let's go to a foreign language. Charles, I can't pronounce this, man. I can't do it. I'm not going to try. It's a French song that the homie Charles out in Paris linked up for us. I needed some French music because French music works in a lot of different territories. It works, obviously, in France. It works in the USA if there's a show where the characters go to France. It also, I'm going to give you some game here, people, for watching this long. It also works in a lot of Asian countries because France... in a lot of Asian countries, they and rightfully so, they associate with luxury, the Eiffel Tower, Louis Vuitton. One of my sub-publishers out in Asia told me about that. I said, what are the languages that you need what European languages do you need in these territories, if any? And he says, we really, really need French music. And I said, what? Is it French? Cool. So I started doing more French. And here was a French song. It ended up in the USA Network TV show Claws, which is set in Florida. Did they use any of my English music? No. Did they use my French music? Yes. Because what do I keep telling you? Time and time again, foreign language music will land you placements. Because there's less of it. Right? Okay, so... we're going to put the song title in the chyron when the song starts. I wish I could pronounce it, but I can't. So here you go.
Je suis montée dans l'autocar. j'étais en retard. Il me restait plus qu'une place. Stage de parapente dans le Var, ma mère agitait un foulard. Derrière la glace, les enfants riaient sur mon passage. Ils peuvent être si cruels à cet âge. Je me suis assise, tu m'as souri, et là tu m'as proposé la moitié de ton twist. Sans rien attendre en retour, tu m'as donné ton amour. Ça je ne pourrais jamais l'oublier. Non, je ne peux pas. Non, je ne peux jamais.
There you go. So if I remember correctly, and I could be wrong, but there was a scene where one character was going to another character's French boyfriend's house or French girlfriend's house. Someone was French, and they answered the door, and that French music was playing to help the fact that they're French, you know? So that's why French music is used to do that, and it's also used if you're shooting a nightclub scene in Burbank and you want to make it seem like it's in Moscow. What's the easiest way to do that? You throw up some Russian signs on the walls, and you put Russian music in the nightclub, and all of a sudden you're in Moscow, right? I keep telling you, foreign language music. Okay, so that was a French song. Okay, so this next song, Memory, also done by the Long Haul Crew. I forgot. I'm just a name-forgetting son of a gun here today. I forgot the top liner, the rapper's name, because I haven't worked with him that as much as I should. Sean from Long Haul did the beat, I believe. The song is called Memory, and it was used in a TV show called Dear White People. I don't know what season. I really come prepared. I don't even know what season it is, what episode it is. Aren't you proud of me? I don't even come prepared. I got to chuckle. All right, it's good. It's worth it to see her chuckle with the mask on. I don't know if she's frowning at me under that mask or what, but okay. I put this album out. It was an album called Vices and Virtues, which I thought I made up that name. I thought it was so smart, but I guess it's been used in a lot of other stuff too. I put the album out, which means I sent it to a bunch of people in Hollywood, and that day, it was early 2018, before I went to Asia and caught the Hong Kong flu, which might have been COVID-18 for all I know, because I was sick. And I'll do a whole episode about that. I thought I was going to die out there, okay? Like, I'm not joking. The song was on the album, and as far as I could tell, as I was told, they needed a song for a show called Dear White People. They needed it that day. They needed a song. That was like on their mind. They get this album from me in their email box, who I never worked with these people before. I mean, I sent them stuff, but we never actually did anything before. And they go, oh, new album from John Fulford. Okay, cool. And I don't know if this was the first song on the album or what. They heard it. It sounded great. And they said, hey, this sounds like the clean version. Do you have the explicit version? And I said, there's no cuss words in this song. And they're like, oh, okay. There's no cuss words? They're like, no. Because they want it to be rough, raw, and real. And I said, hey, this is real. There's no cuss words in it. And then they ended up using it. But I just thought it was a big shift from a decade ago, before Netflix, Hulu, yada, yada, yada streaming, when you weren't even writing curse words in songs, let alone doing clean like you wouldn't even do a clean version. You'd make the whole song with no cuss words. So it already is the clean version. But now, since there's Netflix, Hulu, all this new content, now you can make cuss words in songs, just have a radio edit. But before, they didn't want any cuss words in the songs whatsoever. So this song is called Memory. The Long Haul Crew did it. Sean from Long Haul hit me up. I maybe wrote him an email saying like the types of stuff I was looking for. He wrote back saying, I have a great artist to use on this. I said, cool. And this is what I got, and it got used. So sometimes it just works out. You have an idea for a sound in your head, someone does it, and it gets used. So here it is, the song Memory on the TV show Dear White People.
Flame, 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 flame. Flame, flame. They gon' remember my name. They gon' remember my name. Yeah, they gon' remember my love. Did it for the love, never for the luck. Ooh, yeah. If I'm going down, put me in the books. Ooh, yeah. Had to give my all, that's just what it took. Ooh, yeah. Tried to box me out, but now I got 'em shook. Yeah, say I sound like that, say I sound like this. Ooh, yeah, can't do what I do, so I got 'em pissed. Ooh, yeah, kitchen with the pot, whip it with the wrist. Ooh, yeah, wasn't for the Lord, these rappers wouldn't exist. White squall, that's a white squall, it's the Lord. I ain't nothing like y'all, never tripping, even if I might fall. Candy paint dripping with the white walls. All the freaks come out when the night falls, talking big booties with the tight bras. That's the type of sushi that I like raw. That's the type of sushi that I like raw. Hustle hard from the sun on the sun up. Young black man and I'm on the come up. Never lacking so you don't wanna run up. Take a knee, remember who you in front of. YouTube, give a by the comment to do 150.
There you go. That's rad. I'm really happy with the way that song turned out, and it got used. Dear white people. I'm still getting text messages here. What are these people doing? Great song, great song. See that vocal, the sound of that vocal really sold it. Now, would that be an artist I would want to rap a kids show about, like a kids album? No, the voice lends itself to a rougher, a rougher exterior, a rougher type sound, So I'm really happy that came out. How many times have I said that? I'm happy with the way it came out. Of course, I'm playing it on the show. I'm happy with the way it came out. Okay, so we got 2 songs left. This next song is called Wild Side. It is a Korean language song, aka a K-pop song, that we got on an eyeglass commercial in Taiwan. Okay, we're worldwide here. We're worldwide. Let me tell you the territories that we're in. We're in the USA, Romania, Italy, Australia, all of Asia except Japan, but most notably Taiwan, mainland China, South Korea, and I just did a deal with Vietnam, and Germany. And I hope I didn't forget anybody. But anyway, and I'm also, if you're watching this, you're in the industry, I'm looking for French and Japanese distribution. So if you or anyone at a French or Japanese production music library, holler at me. I'll send you our press kit and stuff like that. We should have royalties out there floating around to be collected, so I believe there is some money floating out there already. So Wild Side is a K-pop song, and K-pop is big around the world, but I got in on it a few years ago when it wasn't as big. Shout out NCT 127, number 5 on the Billboard Top 200. Me and my boy Chizzy Stevens and Hitchhiker wrote that track. So here you go, Wild Side, K-pop used on a Taiwanese eyeglass commercial. See, you gotta be worldwide these days. The world has never been bigger and never smaller than it is right now, with the internet and things like that, and flights. Well, maybe no flights now because of Corona, but at the time, you could fly around. But here you go, Wild Side. Okay, why do I think that song got used specifically? Well, this is a good example of me thinking I know more than I knew, and someone that with actual experience flipping the script on me in a good way. I wanted these K-pop songs to be Korean from front to back. No English. But I was corrected by someone that knew what they were doing and said, well, it's good to have Korean verses, but an English hook. And I reluctantly, I begrudgingly, I hesitatingly hesitatively, if that's a word. I said, all right. But that's why it works. It's in Korean, and then show me your wild side. I'm such a great singer. And I just burped. We might just cut that whole part out. Don't let me sing again on here. Wave your hand if I start melodically speaking in any form or fashion. So that's why it works. It's Korean, show me your... I'm not doing it. Show me your wild side. So that's why it worked. Yeah, K-pop has been getting bigger and bigger. I suggest if you're looking to do foreign language music and you have access to Korean-speaking rappers or singers, that's a great starting point right now because some of the biggest bands in the USA are from Korea, like my guys NCT 127. Before Corona hit, they were going to play at Madison Square Garden, the Forum in Los Angeles. They're playing arenas. And actually, they did play at the Houston Rodeo in the NFL stadium, but that was part of a festival. It wasn't their specific show by themselves. But if these bands could play in arenas, then it's big. It's big. So for every show that has the financial means and attention to clearing music that wants to use a BTS or an NCT 127 or a Red Velvet or a Blackpink, there's going to be smaller productions or quicker productions that just need a really great K-pop song. It doesn't have to be from a big money K-pop act. So that's a great way to get in on it. On the foreign language tip is K-pop. Okay, last but not least, we have Reach the Top from our album Street Certified. I come up with the album titles. Money Motivated, Curse of Ambition, Street Certified, Vices and Virtues, Show Me. Like, show me. Don't tell me you're going to come on the show. Show me. I come up with the titles. So, this song, Reach the Top, Chuck Preston, again, the same gentleman from I Want It All. He wrote the lyrics. I did not do really anything on this song. I executive produced it in LA. This was used on a Teen Mom special. Shout out to my Teen Mom people. I've been working with those cats for now and decades, which is good. And they usually use not this type of music. They usually use like singer-songwriter, sullen, downtrodden, or some sort of indie rock kind of thing. Topanga Canyon-inspired type stuff. But this is a rap song, and when they reached out to use it, I was pleasantly surprised. This might be the only time they've ever used like a hip-hop song of mine on there where they used almost, I'm sure I could go and count, but almost, I don't want to say infinite, what's the word? So many I can't even count how many times they've used a guitar-based singer-songwriter type joint. So here it is, Reach the Top featuring Chuck Preston.
Boy, yeah, yeah. Gon' get it, boy. Yeah, yeah. Climb that mountain, yeah. Gon' get it, boy. Gon' get it, boy. We only aim for the top. Every day I step it up another notch. Never stop, I'm a trophy hunter, watch me ball. Never stop, I'm a trophy hunter, watch me ball. Got that competition, watch me get it. Every time we hit them, boy, this is how we spit it. Make the dream work, reach for that goal. Put my team on your t-shirt, that's just how we roll. Wanna be a champ, yeah, race to be a great.
Okay, so you get the idea. Now this song I wanted, like the creative direction I gave, is a sports-based track. Reach the top, bigger they come, harder they fall, and the like. Do I have another burp coming? I don't think so. Okay, so Reach the Top. I wanted something that was unapologetically hip-hop. Okay, now I'm going to compare it to something, but I didn't do this to be like that group. There's the burp. The group Run the Jewels. is unapologetically hip hop. And that's why a lot of people in Hollywood, oh my God, Run the Jewels is so good. And they use them all the time on TV and in films and stuff because it's unapologetic hip hop. It's big, it's loud. And a lot of hip hop these days isn't like that. It's Drake, it's Future, it's Migos, right? It's more smooth, right? It's more smooth, which, hey, I mean, that's big for a reason. It's popular for a reason. But the opposite of that in this sense is big, loud, brash, Run the Jewels, general style. Okay? So I wanted to do this big, loud, brash, sport, like for sports, reach the top, general, I just, like, sometimes, like, I'm the first person to say, don't do general crap-ass music for the sole purpose of putting it on TV. Do culture-changing music. Do real music, and the TV and stuff will find you. That's why I had a trip this year. I had a trip planned to Cambodia. I had a trip planned to Bangladesh to do traditional music before the corona marooned me in Gainesville. You seen the movie Doc Hollywood with Michael J. Fox? You don't know that movie? It was shot in Micanopy. And Doc Hollywood was a hoity-toity doctor, and his car broke down in South Carolina, but it was really Micanopy. And then he was marooned there, and he ended up living the rest of his life there. He didn't go to Beverly Hills to start his medical practice. And back in the early 90s, you would go to Micanopy, and the whole town was like a Doc Hollywood gift shop. They had pictures with Michael J. Fox, all this stuff, because they shot it in Micanopy, which, for those of y'all who don't know, was 20 minutes south of here. So and I put maroon in quotes because I'm not complaining whatsoever. Okay? But I'm saying, what the heck was the point? Oh, I was going to go around the world and do music in all these different countries to be real about it, to do music that would, what did I say last time I was here? Relevant now and decades from now or something. I'm paraphrasing, but be relevant now and 10 years from now, 20 years from now. But sometimes you just want to do a song for TV, and there's nothing wrong with that. Just don't make it your whole existence, because then you end up buying these courses. I'm not saying not to buy a course, but you end up if there's 1,000 people taking a course and they're all doing the same music, that's 1,000 people doing the same exact type of music. How is that gonna benefit anything? It's not. But sometimes you just want to make a song for TV. And maybe next episode I'll play you songs that have so many cuss words in them. Here's a story. And can you do me a favor? If it looks like I'm going down a road where I'm going to get canceled, just wave your hand, because I don't know. I'm what's known as a moron. Okay? So there's this artist, this rapper, probably the best rapper I've ever heard in my life. No offense to the other rappers. And I did a beat, and he was rapping on it. And every other word is N-word this, N-word, N-word. I'm like, do a song that I could sing along with. Please. And he goes, okay. A couple of weeks later, he comes back with a song. And there's no N-words in it. There's a couple curse words, but the sentences were so explicit. Even today, it wouldn't get, even today, I can't do anything with this. I can't send this out. And it took decades for someone to top that. And the only reason this other rapper, actually Win, featuring Jessica Luxury, topped the explicitness of that song is because I told them, we need a song that's so explicit. Because once a year, someone contacts me and says, we need a song that's so explicit, it's so offensive. It's like Two Live Crew. Remember Two Live Crew got hit with a federal obscenity charge for their music, and today it wouldn't even be offensive at all. Look that up. 1989, I think it was. They got hit with a federal charges for obscenity, and now it's like, I've seen stuff on TikTok that's 10 times worse. But anyway, the only reason that this original song from 2007 got beat in the explicit realm is because I specifically told them, write me something that's so ridiculously explicit, it's over the top. But this original song, which I'm going to play, all I have is a low bitrate MP3, and this rapper's dank. So good. So good. So I don't ask, that's why I don't ask rappers to do anything like that ever again, because it backfired. So now I got 2 songs I can't sing along with. Okay, so that is it for this episode of the John Fulford, whatever we're going to call it, show. It's the pilot episode. If you're watching it live, just know that we pre-taped it. I cut it. I put the commercials in, which I haven't shot yet. I did the Chiron. We're just seeing what we're doing here. So we're going to decide whether we're going to keep doing these live to tape or do them actually live. So if I do them actually live, it'd be cool to get some interaction with y'all, but I don't like the phone. I don't like when I listen to a radio show and someone's on the phone, it's all what? I don't like that. So maybe emails, something like that, or something that I could play, interact with y'all, interact with other people, maybe get some Hollywood mugs on the show in some form or fashion. And we're probably going to do that, but splice in pre-taped segments. Kind of like WWE Monday Night Raw. Okay, it's live, and then there's some pre-taped segments spliced in. So that's it for today. Email me, musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com. If I haven't worked with you yet and you email my other email address, it'll get lost because I'm getting emails from film studios, cable networks, something's going wrong here, something's working right here, things like that. So if you send me, it's going to get lost. But if you email me, musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com, that way, once a week, once every couple weeks, when I sit down and check that email, it's on the top of my list is to write with y'all and listen to y'all's music. But if you email me at my other thing, if you've worked with me, it's a different story because we're working on stuff. But if you email me, my other email is probably going to get lost. I'm just letting you know. I'm not flaking on anybody, like the Tomb of the Unknown. Should we keep this Tomb of the Unknown? Let's not do this anymore. This Tomb of the Unknown flake thing, it gives me bad vibes. Next time we'll get rid of that. So again, musiclicensingpodcast@gmail.com. Be safe out there. Wear a mask. Just wear a mask. Okay? If there's a 1% chance you give somebody the corona and a 1% chance they die of it, that's 1 out of every 10,000 people. Be responsible for that 1 out of 10,000 people. Okay? Just try. That being said, I hope you're safe. Email me. Let me know what you think of the show. Let me know in the comments. Let me know what you like about it. Let me know what you don't like about it. Give me ideas for the show. Write me. Let me know what you want to see on the show, what you don't want to see on the show. We're at Heartwood Studios, Southeast Gainesville, Florida, and I'll see you next time.